Members and friends, we have assembled here to honor these daughters who have been especially generous in dedicating their time and efforts in promoting their Bethel's and Job's Daughters International. As Job's daughters, we are expected to be the fairest in the land, but it is often easy to fall short of the mark. The daughter who always displays faith, trust, responsibility, respect, and love should be rewarded. It is with this in mind that we meet to confer the degree Royal Purple.
I have the pleasure to present Tamiras Rodriguez Barbosa, Beatrice Balsky Comprestrini, Stacy Corkino, Lisa Lou Delay, Amanda Oliveira Diaz Duarte, Melissa Finn, Jane Elizabeth Harris, Bobby Holand, Amanda Leitner, Francesca Del Silva Lima, Joanna Ferrigo Mata, Joni Betty McGrew, Livia Rhoda Oxley, Fernanda Gnomes Payam, Patricia Gnomes Payam, Priscilla Lakshvis Sophia Paexo, Jessica Powell, Kim Sleeper, Aylin Delance Spurb, and Carol Ann White, who are entitled to receive the degree of Royal Purple.
The purpose of Job's Daughters is to teach young women to live responsibly, morally, and righteously. The book of Job is a strong foundation upon which to build this training, for it deals with a real person, a fallible human being, Job. By studying the trials and triumphs of this man, we hope to discover how to direct our own lives so that we may receive our final reward.
Upon receiving the degree of Royal Purple, you will be given a medallion. On it, you will find engraved a figure of the junior princess holding a white dove, as I do now. It is meant to remind you of the lessons of the first epoch. Remember always to be patient and diligent in your work, and as Job endeavored to teach his children of the power of prayer, may you also continue being useful instruments in conveying God's love and peace.
On your medallion, you will find pictured a senior princess holding the urn of incense. It symbolizes the important lessons of the second epoch, the story of Job's anguish and suffering, and the final triumph of his dedication to his Creator. If you ever begin to doubt that there is a supreme being, study the soft colors of the sunrise or the fragrant beauty of a rose, and your faith will be renewed.
With the two princesses, your medallion has engraved upon it an honor queen and her symbol. You have learned well the teachings of the first and second epochs, or you would not be receiving the degree of Royal Purple. Yet, even in this hour set apart in your honor, you have another lesson to learn, that of reward. You must realize that the reward of receiving the degree of Royal Purple does not signify the termination of your work in Job's Daughters. Rather, it should inspire you to continue in your devotion to our order. You must remember that all people are equal, regardless of race, creed, color, or achievement, and you must not allow pride or conceit to interfere with your relationships with other daughters of the Bethel. You must, above all, live up to your own high standards, that you may encourage others to adopt the kind of life that merits the degree of Royal Purple. Our chaplain will lead us in the prayer.
Dear Lord, we ask that special blessings rest upon these members. May they be truly grateful for the honor which is bestowed upon them today. As they have known the joy of work well done, may we all become useful messengers of your peace. Amen.
This certificate represents the love and appreciation of those with whom you have worked and the years you spent in your association with Job's Daughters.
May the beauty of this rose remind you of the beauty of the lessons you have learned in this order.
I now present you with the medallion of the degree of Royal Purple. May you learn to wear it with grace, dignity, and humility, that your character reflects the lessons of Job's Daughters. Members and friends, these members have proven themselves to be deserving of your respect and admiration, and I would ask that you now join me in extending to them a very hearty congratulations. I'd like to say congratulations to all of the members who have received their degree of Royal Purple tonight. I know you all have worked really hard and you deserve this honor. So wear it with dignity, grace, and humility. Always remember, be yourself, and continue giving back to our order. I'm so lucky to have you guys here. Thank you and have a good night. Good evening, everybody. It's my honor to announce to you all the recipients of the Lily of the Valley Award for the year of 2020. These young ladies have been outstanding members of our order. They have shown what true sisterhood is throughout their time in Job's Daughters, and we hope that even though they're not daughters any longer, that they will continue to demonstrate what Job's Daughters has taught them this far. Without further ado, here are the amazing young ladies who have received the Lily of the Valley Award this year. Drum roll, please. Our first recipient is Ana Carolina Fernandez Santana from Bethel number 3 in Goiás, Brazil. Our second recipient is Annalise Becker Campos from Bethel number 18 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And our third recipient is Rebecca Emily Rawlings from Bethel number 24 in Queensland, Australia. And our final but not last recipient today is Susie Lopez Santiago from Bethel number 5 in Goiás, Brazil. Congratulations to all of you on this monumental achievement. May your futures be as bright as you are.
Welcome to the 2020 or the SAC 2020 Arts and Crafts results. And I would first like to thank Linda Littrell for appointing me to be the chairman of this committee. And I would also like to thank the judges that helped with the judging of the arts and crafts. With that being said, I would like to go ahead and announce the winners. And I will start with the promotional category, and I will announce we had 3 different divisions. We had the Joby to Be, we had the 10 to 14 age group, and we had the 15 to 19 age group.
Hello from Nebraska. We would have loved to welcome you to Omaha for this year's Supreme Session, but that did not work out as planned. We hope you are all staying healthy and safe. I am Supreme Librarian Elizabeth Grazier, and I am here to announce the winners of this year's Supreme Librarian competition. I received a total of 57 entries in the 7 categories that were offered. The entries I received were from the USA, Brazil, Philippines, and Canada. I would like to say a special thank you to Marcy and those who translated the entries from Brazil, and also to the 8 judges who agreed to read through all the entries. The judges remarked as to how well written and moving these entries were. The stories and poems explained how our organization has impacted the writers' lives and pushed them to be better people. Their love for Mother Mick showed in every entry. The winners will receive an award from Supreme Guardian Linda and Associate Supreme Guardian Tom. I will now read the top 3 entries in each category. I want to apologize in advance for any errors in pronouncing the names. Joby to be. First, Ian from Bahia, Brazil. Second, Melina from Bahia, Brazil. And third, Theodora from Santa Catarina, Brazil. New member essay. First, Leticia from Santa Catarina, Brazil. Second, Liliana from Bahia, Brazil. And third, Anna from Bahia, Brazil. Essay, ages 10 through 12. First, Kyra from Alberta, Canada. Second, Isadora from Santa Catarina, Brazil. Third, Daniela from Ilola City, Philippines. Essays, ages 13 through 15. First, Sarah from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Second, Isadora from Curitiba, Brazil. And third, Evelyn from Lakewood, Colorado, USA. Essay, ages 16 through 20. First, Sophia from Iloilo City, Philippines. Jade from Gregarious, Brazil. And third, Elizabeth from Walled Lake, Michigan, USA. Poetry. First, Camille from Minas Gerais, Brazil. Second, Raquel from Santa Catarina, Brazil. And third, Katie from Lincoln, Nebraska, USA. The creative writing. First, Elizabeth from Walled Lake, Michigan, USA. Second, Julia from Formosa, Brazil. And third, Vanessa from Newark, Delaware, USA. Happy 100th birthday, Job's Daughters International.
Our Centennial Session Spirit Awards 2019-2020. Our Bethel Spirit Awards. Anna Patrice, Bethel 2, Anna Claris, Bethel 2, Laura, Bethel 3, Emmanuel, Bethel 5, Gabriella, Bethel 7, Victoria, Bethel 7, Maria Julia, both terms, Bethel 8, Larissa, Bethel 9, Anna Clara, Bethel 10, and Sophia, Bethel 23. These are all from Brazil. Canada, Bethel 1, Bethel 9, Queensland, Bethel 2, United States, Bethel 146, California, Bethel 1, Minnesota, Piper, Bethel 32, Minnesota, Bethel 1, Fall and Spring from Montana, Cordy 28 from Ohio, and Bethel 13 from Wisconsin. Individual Spirit Awards. This was a new award this year. From Brazil, Canada, and Queensland, we have Anna Clara, Bethel 1, Brazil, Brianna, Bethel 9, Canada, Isabel, Alyssa, Phoebe, Isabella, Georgia, Kyla, Nikita, Caitlin, all Bethel 2 from Queensland. From the United States, we have Mackenzie, Bethel 146, California, Mara 146, California, Lilly, Bethel 9 from Delmar, Lily, Bethel 42 from Delmar, Sasha, Bethel 1 from Minnesota, Audrey, Bethel 48 from Minnesota, Jenna 19 and 44 from Ohio, from Missouri, Cordy, Bethel 28, Ohio, Gabrielle, Bethel 16, Pennsylvania, and Sarah, Bethel 76 in Wisconsin. Now we have the B awards. This also was a new award this year. From Brazil, we have Isabella, Maria, Marla, Luza, and Petra, all from Bethel 1. Julia from Bethel 3, Isadora, Bethel 7, Inane Luis, Bethel 17, and Eva, I did not have her Bethel number. And in Queensland, we have Ariana for terms 1 and 2, Arabella for terms 1 and 2, Gwen for terms 1 and 2, and Sophia for terms 1 and 2, all from Queensland. United States, Elizabeth, 146 from California, Lilly, 42 from Del Mar, Brooke, Emma, Hannah, Katie, Reagan, all Bethel 16, Pennsylvania, Addie, Charlotte, Ella, all Bethel 13 from Wisconsin. We'll have a short video after this to discuss what the spirit tree is and what the leaves and colors mean. I need everyone to send me their mailing address for the awards for the girls, the person who's supposed to get the award, so that I can get these mailed out after session. You can email it to my email that is on the slide. And if I could get those as soon as possible, that would be great, so I can get the awards out to the girls to be presented at their Bethel. In summary, I'd like to thank Linda and Tom for the honor and privilege to work on such a rewarding committee. It was great to see the number of entries, even with the shortened submission time. Thank you to the daughters, Bs, Bethel guardians, Bethel secretaries, and parents who assisted their daughters with their submission. The individual and B Spirit Awards were new this year, and I would like to thank Becky Lane with assisting with the B form. I hope next year's chairman builds upon this year, which was so unusual due to COVID-19, and encourages the 3 Spirit Awards moving forward. Thank you, Linda and Tom.
Here's our spirit tree. We're going to light it up so that you can see all the beautiful flowers and leaves that represent all of the members who submitted Spirit Awards. The purple is for the individual, the red is for the Bethel, and the yellow is for the bees. We're going to turn the light on now so that you can see it in light. Isn't that beautiful? Look how beautiful that is. Now we're going to turn the lights off so that you can see just the flowers. Isn't that just a beautiful sight representing all of our daughters throughout the organization? We're going to unlight the tree so that you can actually see the flowers and the leaves. I think this is a beautiful representation of all of our gorgeous daughters who work within our organization. Thank you all who submitted so that we could make this beautiful spirit tree for Mom Linda and Dad Tom.
Welcome to Job's Daughters International Historic Centennial Virtual Ritual Competition. What a wonderful adventure this has been. To be a part of such a historic moment in Job's Daughters is indeed an honor. I do not use the word historic lightly. This wonderful SAC 2020 has progressed our order into the 21st century, affording our entire Job's Daughter world, for the first time ever, to compete no matter where you live in our Job's Daughter world. Job's Daughters, Bees, and majority members from our 5 countries entered this adventure into virtual ritual competition. I want to thank the Manitoba JDI adults, Keith Rempel, Candace Houston, Dana Bessler, Tim and Heather McIsaac, and Danelle Pickett, Minnesota, for leading me through this adventure. Without their expertise, tireless hours spent answering questions, emailing, texting, calling, scheduling, placing daughters into competition rooms, judges, and many more areas of help, as well as the incomparable Luisa Silva for her endless hours of translation. This competition would not be possible. My deepest gratitude to you all for helping with this great adventure. Thank you to Bonnie Faminoff, Connor, Alberta, for this wonderful PowerPoint. Our fabulous daughters competed in 8 different categories. 302 daughters registered to compete in individual categories, 19 royalty teams, 89 messenger teams to include daughter and majority member teams. The total number of daughters that competed were 445, along with 208 adults that judged these fabulous daughters. My recommendation is that we continue with this wonderful method of competition. We hope that we have set a new standard that will be continued. If we are truly to be international, as our name indicates, we must ensure that daughters from all 5 of our countries are able to be included in our competitions. That cannot happen unless we use technology. If this competition is scheduled to run the week prior to our Supreme Session, as we did this year, there will not be any conflicts, and all of our Job's daughters will have the opportunity to compete. Supreme Guardian Linda and Associate Supreme Guardian Tom, thank you once again for having the vision of a virtual Supreme Session and the courage to allow us to plan and execute the ritual competition of our dreams. Thank you.
Good evening. Just 4 years ago, Tom and I were elected and installed into our respective offices in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Becoming your supreme guardian has been extremely an honor to serve with Tom Selby and to be of service to our daughters and adults throughout our 5 countries. At the installation in Kansas, we introduced our theme of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, with our motto of JDI celebrating 100 years with 2020 vision. I have tried to follow our watchwords this year of guide us, teach us, love us, teaching us patience, faith, and look forward to our reward. I have tried to have open ears to listen to all daughters and adults, and thank you for your patience in this endeavor. I am so very thankful for the support of my family, the Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Ohio SAC committees and teams. You all have been tremendous. Tom Selby, I thank you so much for being my partner, and Terry for loaning him out for the Job's Daughters adventures. We started with craziness as we stood for our offices, and our sisters and brothers from Kansas sitting behind us who were creating uproars to the point we were all wrapped down several times for all the noise we were making. The Nebraska's recruiting group caught us as we left the room, and our fantastic journey began. Nebraska, we are so very grateful for all your hard work. Special thanks to Trudy Alves, Chairman, Bruce and Karen Bugsby, Elizabeth Grazier, and the complete Nebraska team. You have been a fantastic group to work with and become part of your family. I love each and every one of you so very much, and we'll see all of you soon, I hope. We wanted this year and the 2020 session to be for our daughters, and even though because of the pandemic, things changed drastically. However, even though the times are crazy, I see a positiveness that has occurred. This pandemic has forced the JDI to come into the 21st century of electronics. Even though we cannot meet physically in Omaha, actually more daughters and adults can participate in Supreme Session from the comfort of our homes. To the Bethels and jurisdictions of Australia, Florida, Iowa, Oklahoma, and the Philippines, I am so sorry we were not able to meet for our official visits physically. However, we did complete our visits electronically and via the telephone. Thank you for your understanding and all of your help. Our travel schedule started on August 17th, heading to Washington, D.C. to be represented and to do public relations work for Job's Daughters International with the Scottish Rite Biennial meeting. We made many new friends and talked to many men and ladies about Job's Daughters International, and I recommend that the Supreme Team continue this conference to spread the awareness of Job's Daughters. September 5th, my birthday, and Dolly, Tom, and Gabi surprised me with cake, gifts, and a party. We started with our visiting to Montana, where we visited all Bethels in Montana, with several miles of riding with Dolly, which was fantastic and a joy. We also were able to visit the Montana School for the Blind, which I completely enjoyed and had a great time with all the Bethel daughters. The countryside of Montana is absolutely beautiful, and I enjoyed learning so much of its history. The Daughters of Montana are great. Oh yes, Montana is where we learned how elevators do not get along with me. Thus, this whole year, no one wanted to ride in elevators with me. You see, they either wouldn't go up or we'd go up, but we couldn't go down. So it became a joke as we approached any elevator, and everyone would say, we'll take the stairs, okay? Dolly, thank you for taking your time to drive at least 1,200 miles to all parts of the state so we could have the opportunity to visit each Bethel. We did have a marvelous time. Well, we then flew into Calgary, Alberta, Canada to enjoy the rest of the month together, where we were able to meet with my husband and daughter, who were able to join us. We attended Bethel meetings, which we enjoyed and loved to respect the Canadian and the American flags together. We enjoyed so much meeting together, sightseeing together, enjoying meals together, and having a great time. Gabi really enjoyed Kristen, our daughter, since Maya was unable to join us this visit. We were so excited to see Banff and Lake Louise, which pictures just will never show the beauty or the justice of these sites. It was exciting to visit Saskatchewan and Manitoba, which reminds me of my home area of Nebraska. October, Maya and Gabi joined us for the first time as a complete family for adventure of a lifetime in Brazil. We attended Kanabi, which was lots of fun and meeting so many daughters and adults. The enthusiasm and excitement were overwhelming. Traveling via van, airplanes throughout Brazil was so enjoyable and an education for me. Thank you for taking us to tour 2 cancer hospitals where we were able to partake in a party for patients. Then visits to the School for the Deaf and the School for the Blind. Thank you, Gianni, for your touring us and explaining each school and hospital to us. You know how dear to my heart the School for the Blind and Deaf are to me. Marcy, thank you for all your work in organizing and making sure we were where we should be at the proper time. You are truly a blessing to all of us. November brought Tom to Oklahoma to attend the Oklahoma Grand Lodge. Little did Tom know, besides Grand Lodge, it was shopping time in Oklahoma for Christmas. You must ask Tom all about it. He was a real trooper with us three ladies visiting over 300 vendors. Tom ran into a past Miss Ohio who lives in Oklahoma, which was fun besides shopping for Terry and Amy. Too bad Gabi and Maya missed our Oklahoma adventure. Thank you, Tom, for putting up with us, and it was a true blast. November and December took us to Virginia and Del Mar for their pageants. This was my first visit to their pageants, and I do hope to return. It was great to visit our Virginia and Del Mar daughters in Christmas spirit and decorations. While in the area, we visited Washington, D.C., Mount Vernon, Williamsburg. The highlight of this trip was the honor to lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And thank you to Rod Worthington for being our photographer and assisted us in all details to make this event a huge success and honor. It was an amazing feeling to stand and watch the soldier place the JDI wreath on the tomb, and we all had tears flowing. January took us to Pennsylvania for the fun volleyball weekend, and this was my first time to enjoy this event. I enjoyed our visit, and thank you to everyone in Pennsylvania for a fantastic weekend of fun. Then we traveled to Arizona for the camp out in the beautiful pines of Prescott. I enjoyed the cold weather and time in the campgrounds. Thanks to Arizona for your hospitality. February took us to Kentucky to attend the conference of Grand Masters, where Maya's speech blew the socks and shoes off all the Grand Masters. Plus, Gabi and Maya convinced all the Grand Masters to cheer greetings of Job's daughters. I understand this was the first time that for the men to do this, and they are still talking about it to this day. We also visited Bethel UD in Union, Kentucky, which had delicious food and a fun meeting. Also in February, took us to Agabi's reception in Minnesota, which was the first for me again. And we had a marvelous time. We had a great dinner and, of course, shopping at the Mall of America. We were joined by Terry Selby, Kristen, Melissa, and Larry Jensen. A time of shopping, eating, and meeting. Thank you to Minnesota for showing us fun memories and the times of our lives. March took us to Las Vegas for our Board of Trustees mid-year meeting. Then the Supreme team took off to the Grand Canyon, which we were able to visit and see different areas of the canyon. Wow, what fun. We even took a wild ride in the pink Jeep to tour the canyon. It truly was beautiful and a great time for us to enjoy our national park. Then back to Las Vegas for the Leadership Conference weekend. We had a great turnout of 66 from the United States, and it was very much a success. Thank you to Nancy Saggio, Barbara Von Linnen, plus all speakers that spoke this at the Leadership Weekend. Even thank you, I have to thank Bethel, Las Vegas Bethel, because we went on scavenger hunt, and I conquered riding up and down of the escalators. That was a huge accomplishment. We cheered all the way up and down. When I returned home, the pandemic hit, and I was grounded. Who would realize what we would experience? And who would have thought our Centennial Supreme session would be closed physically? However, here we are, all of us internationally, celebrating together virtually in our own homes. This has been a true blessing in disguise, and thank everyone for their patience in this endeavor. This week has been great, with participation from all 5 countries, and I hope that this will continue in some format for all to participate in years to come. I wish congratulations and best wishes to our new Supreme officers and the Board of Trustees. Thank you to each and every one of you for making this session a 2020 vision for the future of Job's Daughters. Good night, everyone, and thank you to all.
It was a pleasure and an honor to serve this year as Associate Supreme Guardian. Even though the pandemic cut the year short, I have many great memories that will always be treasured. This is also a place for thank yous. At the very top of the list is my wife, Terry, who made many sacrifices for me over the whole term, but especially this year. It seemed like every trip involved a flight from Detroit to Cleveland that landed about midnight, and she never forgot to meet me and put up with my babbling about the trip and who and what I saw. Next is my SAC 2020 Band of Happy Merchants. Headed by Monica Prince, they went above and beyond to make this a successful venture. Thanks to my daughter Amy for getting the SAC a concession stand at the Ohio State football games and other university events. Eternal gratitude also goes to Monica's daughters Celeste and Alyssa, as well as Perry Billman and Don Rayleigh for their unending work. I am thrilled and relieved to say that we are still friends. I would also like to thank the Ohio GGC and Ohio JDI for all its support and help. To my partner in crime, Linda Luttrell, when you sat down next to me that fateful election morning, neither of us knew the other was going to stand for office. The mutual shock was hilarious to all in the area, especially the Kansans behind us. At that time, I had never been to Oklahoma, and I knew of only 2 people from that state, Cincinnati Reds catcher Johnny Bench and Will Rogers. Now that circle has greatly expanded, and I can count many friends from Oklahoma. The term with Linda has been most gratifying. She has kept me in the loop on everything, and we have had long and often discussions about JDI situations and our plans. Our year really got started in Montana, where we had long car rides through the Rockies to get to some Bethels. I'm going to try that paragraph again. Our year really got started in Montana, where we had long car rides through the Rockies to get to some Bethels. It was also where we discovered that elevators do not like our Supreme Guardian. The elevator in Montana was so obstinate that we had to hold our inspection and installation in the building's small lobby because the elevator refused to come down and fetch us. On to Canada, which was his usual charming self. I've been to several provinces, but never to Saskatchewan or Manitoba. I'm looking forward to returning for a longer stay. And we got to see the world's largest mushroom. Maya joined us in October in Brazil, and the Kanabe was fantastic. The daughters exhibited a sheer joy of being in the organization that was overwhelming. Bethel showed up in matching outfits and sang Bethel marching songs as they proudly entered the dining room with the Bethel mascot at the fore. Bethels had to outsing each other, of course, and after songs, they would start doing Bethel cheers. It was wonderful. November and December brought trips to Virginia and Del Mar for their pageants. This was my second pageant in Del Mar and fourth in Virginia, and I have always enjoyed how well run these events are. We got some sightseeing in as we visited Williamsburg, Mount Vernon, and a night bus tour of Washington, D.C. The highlight of perhaps the whole year was when my request for us to lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington Cemetery was granted in honor of Job's Daughters International Centennial and in memory of all former Job's Daughters who have served or are serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. I'm not ashamed to admit that I shed a tear as the sergeant took the wreath from our hands, set it next to the tomb, and we all saluted as the bugler sounded taps. After Christmas break, we headed to Pennsylvania for their volleyball tournament, and I'm very happy to report that this year the ceiling remained intact. Then off to Arizona for cold weather camping, and then on to New Mexico to visit Bethels in that beautiful state. Next was the Conference of Grand Masters in Louisville, Kentucky, where Maya's speech brought down the house. It was great fun watching those men go from ho-hum, another kid speaker, to good heavens, she has something important to say and she's really good. Granddad Tom was grinning from ear to ear. The next weekend was Gabi's reception, and little did we know that hers would be the only reception this year. There was a great turnout to celebrate Minnesota Job's Daughters' favorite celebrity. Las Vegas was once again the site of the mid-year meeting, and once again we solved all the problems in JDI. When that wrapped up, the Supreme family took a side trip to the Grand Canyon. There are places and things that cannot be done justice in pictures. It does not matter how good the camera and how good the photographer, the real thing is far more impressive and beautiful. It was then back to Vegas for the Supreme leadership. We had a wonderful turnout, and the event was most successful and a lot of fun. When I returned home following the week in Las Vegas, no one realized that the world would shut down due to COVID-19 and our travels were at an end. I'm so glad we managed to rescue some events for this virtual Supreme session, especially ritual competition. There are several events that might well be incorporated into in-person sessions once we are able to hold them. And this ritual competition is definitely one to be considered. I wish the new Supreme officers, especially Val and Mark, and the board, the best of luck this upcoming year. This is an incredibly fateful time in the history of JDI. Decisions of great importance will be made that will affect our future as an organization. We must look forward to that future and not back to a past that, no matter how glorious, is still behind us. If I have realized anything in my nearly 73 years on God's good earth, it is this: it never was the way it was. Ponder that as Job's Daughters International proudly marches with 2020 vision towards its future. Respectfully submitted, Tom Selby, Associate Supreme Guardian, 2019-2020.
Open your eyes and look toward the future. Open your eyes and see what could be. Open your heart and feel what could happen. Open your mind and find discovery.
Hi, I'm Sarah, Miss Wisconsin Job's daughter.
And I'm Ashton, Wisconsin's Grand Beth Honor Queen, and we're here to invite you to say hello, Wisconsin, for Supreme Session in 2023.
We're excited to have the Job's Daughters world come to our beautiful state.
We think Wisconsin is the place to be in 2023. Session will be held in Middleton, Wisconsin, just outside the state capital of Madison.
It will be held July 23rd through the 30th of 2023. Madison's airport is serviced by Delta, United, Frontier, and American.
And it's a less than 2-hour drive from Mitchell International Airport in Milwaukee, less than 3 hours from O'Hare Airport in Chicago.
We're not even that far from Minneapolis, if you like the drive.
The official Session Hotel is connected to the Convention Center.
It is the Madison Marriott West in Middleton, which underwent a complete renovation in 2019, so it's looking great.
The hotel has many room configurations and all are reasonably priced. Also, the entire hotel is reserved for Job's Daughters.
The Convention Center is connected to the hotel and is right off of the lobby. And the meeting rooms are all located on the main level.
Wisconsin in the summer is a great place to be, and the fun starts right outside the hotel doors. Middleton is home to more than 50 parks and natural areas and 27 miles of multi-use trails. The Pheasant Branch Creek Corridor Trail traces the path of a stream, and the Pheasant Branch Conservancy includes prairies, wetlands, and an oak savanna.
One of the highlights in Middleton is Greenway Station. The shopping area has a variety of retail stores, restaurants, and fun events all year long, and you can get from the hotel to the Greenway Station via the free Middleton trolley.
One of the best parts of being in central Wisconsin is that it's close to just about everything Wisconsin has to offer. Madison is very close, Milwaukee is not that far, and the water park capital of the world, the Wisconsin Dells, is less than 50 miles away.
Madison is Wisconsin's state capital, and the Capitol building is open for tours regularly. On Saturdays, the Capitol Square hosts one of the largest farmers markets in the state. The Madison area is also home to the Henry Vilas Zoo, Albrook Botanical Gardens, and Cave of the Mounds.
Milwaukee is home to our Milwaukee Brewers at what will be known as the American Family Field. Milwaukee Art Museum, with the famed Santiago Calatrava designed wings that open and close, Discovery World Museum, a hands-on experience, and a 190-acre Milwaukee Zoo, among others.
Wisconsin is also home to many other attractions. The home of the Packers, Lambeau Field, is in Green Bay, House on the Rock in Spring Green, and Circus World Museum in Baraboo. The EAA Fly-In will be held in Oshkosh the same week as Session in 2023.
Be sure to search Supreme Session 2023 on Facebook for the most up-to-date information and sale items. As always, registration for Session 2023 opens in January 2023. Remember, Wisconsin, the place to be in 2023.
Hi, my name is Kathy Rary, and I'm the SAC Chair for 2021. The SAC Committee and the Job's Daughters of Virginia are waiting to welcome you to our jurisdiction to the Southern Hospitality Supreme Session, August 4th through the 7th, 2021. Today, I had planned to be standing in front of you to give this presentation, but instead, you're watching from home and I'm recording it some 1,328.5 miles from where I was planning to be. Our session will be held at the Hampton Roads Convention Center in Hampton, Virginia, and all of our events will take place in this wonderful facility. There is an elevator, a grand staircase, and even an escalator to get you where you need to be, and hopefully you'll be on time. The headquarters hotel will be the Embassy Suites, but not to worry. There are 2 additional hotels very close by to the convention center to ensure that anybody who needs a room, you should have a room. There should be no problems there. We hope that you'll plan to go on several of our tours. We've done our best to make them fun and affordable for everyone. can't wait to welcome the world of Job's Daughters to the East Coast. We'll make sure to leave the welcome mat out for everyone. We'll even make sure that we have some ice-cold sweet tea for you as well. We certainly hope that you'll consider attending the Southern Hospitality Supreme Session, August 4th through the 7th in Hampton, Virginia. Please make sure to continue to watch our Facebook page for any announcements. And please also know that if you have any questions whatsoever, we're here to answer them. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Congratulations to all you daughters who have won awards tonight. It's been a lot of hard work and it's really paid off for you. Congratulations also to those receiving the degree of Royal Purple. This is a mark of how much you are treasured by the organization, and we hope you have many more years to offer to us. And also congratulations to those who will be installed. May you have a happy and healthy term of office.
Thank you to each and every one who has been watching these since we started on Sunday evening. I hope you have enjoyed each evening. I hope you have had as much fun as I have. And I would like to congratulate all of the new Supreme Guardian Council officers and the new Board of Trustees. And I wish each and every one a super fantastic year for 2021. Blessings to all, and I hope to see you as we're traveling throughout the Job's Daughters world. Good night.